I always say, let's start with a person's journey to know where they came from because it's easy to know what people are. And one of the things that struck me, man, about your history that I didn't know, brother, is that I love the way you said you've been fighting for your voice from birth, man, almost, strangled with your umbilical cord, man, and going through that whole process. And then at the age of 15, man, I'm so sorry to hear, man, that you lost your sister in a car accident, brother.
Yeah.
And I mean, just talk to me, man. And I know I'm probably starting from a really deep place, but I think it's so important because these things can get lost. Talk to me, man, about being the overcomer that you are, bro. Overcoming so many things.
Man, I credit everything to the Lord, bro. It ain't no way we would have made it through some of the stuff we made it through. Like, even just from the beginning, my mom used to
Mm,
say, like, man, the enemy was after you from birth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to
mm,
have an emergency C-section. You went full term, no issues. And then randomly they say, hey, your umbilical cord wrapped around your neck. So we got
mm,
emergency C-section. And so
right,
it started from there, man. My mom always told me, like, man, you got to call on your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be able to reach people. And even from a young age, like, that was evident. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
yeah,
was
yeah,
step team here, you know what I'm saying? Praise and worship here. Like, I grew up in the church and I grew up learning, you know what I'm saying? Performance almost in a
right,
sense, you know what I'm saying? And then just getting to the place of where even after my sister passed, that was a real tough situation because I was like 12. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm,
it
mm,
didn't even really hit home. And I think for a lot of people who struggle with that, what now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was one of my what now moments. Like, okay, this a toll. Like, this is heavy. This my sister. And we ain't always had the best like relationship, but you know what I'm
right,
saying? That's my sister. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
at 12 years old trying to figure out me, you know what I'm saying? She was helping on a lot of that identity and you know what I'm saying,
mm,
that out
mm,
there. So sister stepping in like, nah, you got dressed like this. Nah, you can't wear that, man. You gonna look crazy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And so to lose that at a young age, man, the church was my safe haven. And
yeah,
so,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that was always a place where we came, where we went, where I found joy, even in the frustration. Like that
mm-hmm.
was a place for us to get through, to push through, to overcome, as you would say.
Yeah, no, that's good, brother. And it's so good to hear. Well, one, again, I'm so sorry for your loss, man. But good to hear you say what you said in terms of the church being a place of refuge, church being a place that you could go to and get restored and be in a community of people who are loving on you, And that's good to hear, man. There's another thing about your overcoming story that I think touches so many people, and I'm so glad. I believe we're more sensitive to it as a community now in terms of PTSD, brother, wrestling with PTSD, coming out of surgery, man. I'm sorry, excuse me, coming out of service. How did you manage your way through that, bro?
I was in denial for a long time, bro,
Mm,
because I think, I was a Marine, simplified time, my dealt with dogs, all them wrong.
yeah.
But I was in denial for so long because
Mm,
when I went to Afghanistan, I was 18, fresh out of high school. And
yeah.
like coming down, like when we was landing, all I hear was pew, 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 pew. And I'm like, what is that? They're like, oh yeah, they just shooting at the plane. I'm like, just
Mm.
shooting
Just
at
shooting
the
at the play.
plane.
What?
I ain't signing up for this. I just
Right,
want to
right.
go to college. But man, it was denial for a long time because
Mm,
we don't realize like even in my like where I grew up from, that's kind of
yeah.
the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you like people think, and it's so backwards. The enemy got us thinking that that's a rite of passage
Mm,
to go through stuff like that, and it's not
mm,
the will of God. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
so I was in denial for a long time, and man, I just dealt with a lot of different arrests. Like I was drinking heavy, pressure that I felt that I needed to release, and so I ended
Mm,
up going through anger management. You know what I'm saying? Even after that, like just being like, nah, I ain't have it as bad as other people had. And
right, right.
just when I came to the realization that that really what it was, like after talking to a couple counselors, like, and I want to say this and go on record to say this, bro, like we are saved, we are forgiven, but we need counseling, bro.
Preach on that, bro, for real.
Bro, we need
Yeah.
counseling.
Yeah.
And the enemy's trick is to get you to think that you okay, that you
Mm,
almost got it. And so, man, it was beneficial for me, beneficial for my family, and then the church is still being a safe haven to
yeah.
like still work through that. And so, yeah, it was tough, but man, I just thank the Lord for bringing us to where we are now.
Man, that's so good, man. And I'm glad you stamped that point because again, it's becoming more welcomed to talk about, but we still know that many of us will avoid counseling at all costs, bro. We won't talk to anybody. We don't want people in our stuff, you know. And you know what is interesting about that, man, is that permeates through all of our different parts of life, you
Yeah.
know. That idea of shunning counseling. So I don't want anybody to help me work on my mental challenges. I don't want a financial counselor in my money stuff, right? I don't want a career counselor working with me on, where I'm trying to go in my career. And so that's a theme. And so,
Yeah.
man, having good people who are experts in a field help you with a problem. Don't turn down that help, people.
And it's
Don't turn down that help.
biblical, bro. It's
Yeah,
biblical. He said it's safety in the
absolutely.
multitude of counsel. So it's
Absolutely.
biblical. So yeah, man, I
Yeah,
stress that enough. I don't think I can stress it enough. Like, bro,
that's
counseling is
good.
biblical.
Counseling is biblical. No two ways about it.